Hello and welcome to Training Mode Tuesdays, presented by FlyQuest. Joining me is KoDoRiN. We're here for another week in studio for East Coast and West Coast brackets. And last week was stacked. Next week is even more stacked.
This is like even more stacked somehow.
This one's even more stacked somehow. But I meant to say,
I'm stuck with this guy for 3 hours.
Oh, I can't wait, bro. It's actually insane. So just to let you all know, we have a bunch of big names in this East Coast bracket. I'm just gonna list a few of them off. IBW, Ginger, Laud, Slug, Zamu, Zuppy, Ben, BBB, B-Bats, Polish as Fox, Mech, and one of my favorite, two names which I'm really excited about. Maples, the artist formerly known as Kevin Maples. Fox hasn't been playing too much. Hit top 100 level, and so nice to see Maples playing again. And then Iori, surprising name, greatest player in Tennessee history.
You know more about that than I do.
Yeah, old school player.
I'm new school. I didn't like. I got onto the scene after the documentary, so it's like Iori is like a legend. Where like, oh, I hear he's really good, but like, who is he?
So what Iori's known for is playing a ton of characters. So
I think one of the first things I remember actually is a story that Squid told me that like he was like Grands against Iori, and then Iori
went a different character every game or something.
No, he just like 6-0'd him with Peach.
Or that, yeah, that's also possible. So Iori's interesting in that like plenty of sets where Iori goes a different character every game or counterpicks every game, but also
does he have a DK?
One of the best DKs of all time. I'm dead serious.
I don't want to play with his DK.
So I'd say the best character for Iori off memory are Peach. Probably Peach is clearly the best Iori character. Mm-hmm. And then Ganon, DK, Doc. So
Doc.
Also has a okay Fox. But those are the ones that like you'll probably see the most of if we see Iori matches. And I hope we do see Iori matches because for the people who are new to the scene, Iori was really good. And I'm very curious to see what that old school style with multiple characters does today. The answer might be nothing. The answer might be round one loss and just out of the tournament. But I'm mostly curious because I think that it's also possible the other way. Because I think the old schoolers can kind of do it sometimes.
Yeah, well, you would think that his best character is Peach, though, right? He has a lot of characters, but what's his cream of the crop character?
It's the Peach. The Peach is... It's possible we won't see all the other characters at all, and we'll just see the Peach.
Because, Melee's so hard now. Like, how do you just juggle 10 characters and advance in bracket? Like, that's not... Maybe the top 5 players could do that.
Right.
Against, like, a fringe top 100 player. But we're talking about Iori here. Like, can he still get away with just pulling out the dock versus his round 1 opponent, which is... Just looking at the bracket here. Polish as Fox, so maybe.
Did you see that one tournament result with like 5 docks in top 8 or something? It was like 5 docks and a Luigi or something crazy.
That was crazy.
Do you know what I'm talking about? I ran into it on Twitter. I was like, couldn't believe it.
I think Cake Assault felt like he got scammed, right?
It was Cake Assault the one the odd.
He was like the one Fox with Falco.
Of course. So, we see weird results like that occasionally. It's always fun. But this tournament in particular, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm very happy to see, top 3 player end the tournament, Cody, IBW, doing work and showing that he's doing work by entering the tournament, putting the pride, the name on the line.
He was like complaining how Melee was dead for like the past 2 weeks, and he's actually doing something about it.
Yeah, do something about it. We got 1K weeklies going on here. Been the longest, running and biggest online weekly that we have in Smash. You can always enter and you can always prove yourself. But we do have some stuff coming up. I mean, I'm going to be headed to Smash Camp in a couple weeks. I'm pretty excited for that.
Same.
And after that, it's like Genesis and a few other stuff about a month later. But it has been a bit of a lull, and I'm happy to see people put their, put some results up because it's been pretty much since LACS.
Nothing's been happening.
And until you have to go all the way back to Summit to get LAN results, right? And last I checked, that's 4 months ago, 5 months ago. Is that 5 months ago?
No, it was December.
It was December 4 months ago. That's March right now, bro.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's like 4 months, right, since a real LAN result, which is brutal. And I know the fans have been wanting some Melee, so we're hoping that this series, if you follow the channel, will give you guys some of that. And we're going to have a lot of good games here because of that. And we'll have it every week. And this should be like a mainstay that we can have all the time and for good online Melee.
This will always have a place. Even like, even if there's Melee majors popping off for 3 months straight, this will always have a place. Might even have some.
Yeah.
No promises yet, but maybe some qualifiers down the line.
My only sadness through commentary is that I was entering every single week of these. And I was getting better. But now I have to commentate, and it's really throwing a wrench in the plans.
We can't just let Blur run amok to rule the Melee world.
Exactly. I was getting too good.
Somebody has to bring balance to the Melee world, and that's what I'm doing. I'm paying him to not disrupt the Melee ecosystem right here. You know how many spaces you would make mad? If you got 2.
I have no idea. I actually think it would be the opposite. I think it'd be the floaties that make mad, because I think Fox is my weakest matchup right now.
Well, how can you get the floaties really mad if you don't make it to the floaties thanks to the spacies? You have to beat the spacies in order to
it
make
goes
it
all
to
the way around too. That logic makes no sense.
You're more likely to run into a spacey in bracket than floaties every time.
That's true.
Especially in SoCal,
dude.
Especially in SoCal.
I think the Falcos that can be more fine again.
Have you seen West Coast bracket?
I'm much more worried about the Foxes. They're brainless. I can't stop them. They're too young. They're too young.
I remember when we looked at the West Coast bracket and it was like 8 spacies in the top 10.
It's a problem. It's a problem.
Well, how many floaties are there?
There's Eddie Mexico. Eduardo Mexico has been doing some crazy work. Some recent online results. I think there was a Ronin Rumble or something like that, a rollback Rumble last weekend. Right?
Yeah, he won a rollback Rumble over like Bobby and some other notable player.
Yeah.
Very,
so
very
Eddie's doing
showing.
really well.
But although Eddie, you would definitely call him one of the best in West Coast. It's just that he still has problem matchups by playing Luigi. Every time he runs through a Peach or a Marth, you have to be a little afraid of Eddie.
For Eddie, you mean?
For Eddie, yeah.
Is that true?
Yes, he lost to Umar in the first.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
Yeah. So it's like
it really is messed up, huh?
He could be all the spacies, but have trouble against Umar.
It's not like Luigi does well against spacies. It's always funny to hear that's not.
Yeah, I mean we're comparing.
That's really
we're
bad.
comparing a 6-4 matchup to an 8-2 matchup.
It's not 8-2. Get out of here. It's
What,
pretty
Mark
bad
Luigi?
though. It's pretty bad though.
I think it's pretty bad for Luigi.
It's pretty bad.
The fact that me hearing it is 8-2 is not too far fetched for me.
It's pretty bad.
It's probably more realistically 7-3.
I will say.
It's oh no, it went from 8-2
I've
to
got
7-3.
wrecked by Luigi's before, but I will say I've always had the bias, when making tier lists, of underrating Luigi. I'm like, man, Luigi doesn't deserve to be there. But then in the back of my mind, I'm going, it's probably because I play Marth. Where I'm always biased to make, that I feel like Luigi's worse than he probably actually is.
Yeah, I do it all the time. It's actually Doc's better than Luigi. When I'm
I always feel like Doc's better than Luigi. Because it's Doc
because he has a better matchup against Marth than
by
Luigi.
By a lot.
It's oh my god, this guy can actually kill me.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Eddie's not actually in this bracket though, which is surprising.
We're talking about West Coast when we should be talking about the East Coast talent here.
Yeah, it's not surprising because we're talking about East Coast.
We have, there's a little storyline going on with these TMTs. Where Ginger has gone second at the last 2 TMTs. Can he break the mold with this one? Starting off with a bang.
This one's even more stacked.
It is more stacked.
It's gonna be tough.
And not to mention, he has to meet Laud in winter semis.
I think also Laud could repeat, right?
Yeah, it's not far fetched to think that Laud can be IBDW.
We got no Aklo this week, huh?
Yeah, probably busy with school.
Probably, but you never know.
He couldn't attend the light club.
I mean, I think Laud repeating is totally doable. Was a terror on unranked as Leo, just farming.
How many times did Leo lose?
Not many. So obviously IBW is the favorite, but I don't know if it's a clear IBW win either. So it'll be interesting to see who can take this one.
Yeah, it's not like IBDW has the undisputable record versus Peach. Polish is really good, but
Yeah, but Polish is going Fox. So basically who.
But what I'm talking about is the record is Cody has he's favored against Peach, but he's not unbeatable in a Peach matchup.
Who do you think in this bracket could actually take sets off IBW?
Who's Ginger, obviously. And
so you think Ginger and Lot are the two players that like could genuinely do it?
And let's not forget that until winners quarters, this is all best of 3. What if Neologism just steals it under Cody's rug?
It's possible. You never know.
Yeah, or Mog, or now known as
man, I already
Malachi.
might lose to HWA. I'm looking at this bracket. This bracket, by the way, you guys can probably type in !bracket. I'm assuming.
Smash.gg/TMT.
Or go there and check the bracket out. But it's actually disgustingly stacked. I'm sorry to all the ladder players who fought tooth and nail through ladder to just get 0-2'd here. But this week happens to be dummy stacked. It is like stupid dummy stacked. But it makes it really good for stream. I think we're gonna have a great time. You know, we're gonna have East Coast and West Coast. It's gonna be like 6-7 hours of like sick melee on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, and before we start our first set, you know, I do want to point out that, you know, if you want to support us and the Genesis crew by, you know, subbing to the FlyQuest channel, maybe even using a Twitch Prime. You know, have you used your Twitch Prime yet? And if not, maybe send us a little bit of take a pocket off of Bezos's money.
Yeah, I mean, all donation subscriptions go to Genesis, to this channel. So, you know, we're always just trying to support the homies at Genesis. So, you know, you're not going to, you know, be wasting your money. That's for sure. You're going to be helping out a good cause because Genesis always loves to, you know, give to the community. We love giving back to them too.
Right. I mean, I forgot to use my Twitch Prime last month, and I was.
That's
devastated.
always feels bad, right?
I was devastated. I was like,
because that's why they do that. You know, that's why Twitch does that. I worked at
It's
Twitch.
so annoying how like now like before it used to be really obvious. They put like Twitch Prime ready, and now it's like a tiny check box.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Like, what
they don't want you to remember. It's like it's a constant mental war with that with Twitch being like, no, I remember to use my Prime this month.
And
you know?
why not use it here, where you know we're just supporting the melee scene because there's not really anything else going on right now. And also, if you could head on over to youtube.com/FlyQuest to subscribe there for all TMT related highlights, as well as some like, you know, some LCS stuff if you're into that.
It's true.
And finally, if you're interested in learning more about Smash, go follow my personal channel, twitch.tv/KoDoRiN1, the number 1, to check out my content, my stream, my morning practices. Still trying to be the best.
I
That's
love
my
going to
personal
KoDoRiN stream and going to chat and just talking a bunch of crap.
Oh my god.
That's my favorite. I love it. I do it. I just annoy him for like he's practicing, trying to get better,
criticizing every day.
I'm going in there just saying everything he's doing wrong, which is fantastic. Just a great time.
I could never please this guy. He's like, he reminds me of my dad. It's like my Asian dad's like, oh, did you get how'd you do in your report card? I was like, I got a B+.
You got a B+?
And then he's like,
it's not good.
Gives me a cold stare. Gives me John, why didn't you do this and that and that and that? That's you.
Yeah. Should have worked harder.
I can never please this guy.
True.
But one day, if I do ever please this guy, that's how I know that I'm the best in the world.
You think so? Because I still go into Zane's stream and just
You geek out over Zane way more than I could ever count. And that's how you know that Zane's the best in the world, because he gets blurs. Zane is like, he's like one of my classmates that is like somehow 10 times better than me in my subject. God, that's like, it's more talented and more handsome than I will ever be. And my dad just keeps comparing me to him. And it's like, how come you're not more like Zane? I'm like, I'm just trying. I'm trying.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You'll get there someday.
That's what my dad said too.
Maybe. I don't know.
So we're just waiting on our first match. It's not 100% sure when it will be on, but we are trying. What do you think would be the highlight? Like, I really want to see what shape Iori is in, if I'm being honest. In fact, if Iori makes it past H12, he could beat Slug.
Okay, let's do some rapid fire predictions. Rapid fire predictions. We're gonna look at some brackets, some of the stuff in the bracket. I want you to make a prediction. I'll make a prediction about each match I list off. Right? I'll pick some of the better ones, and you're gonna give me the best of 3 count because these are best of 3s. Iori Hwa right now.
2-1 Iori.
I'm gonna say 2-1 Hwa. I think Iori hasn't played. Can't be that active.
Yeah, but it's, Peach, way dash back, down smash.
It's Sheik. Is that? I mean, I don't.
No,
I think
he's Fox. He's Fox.
Iori went Fox.
No. H.
Oh, H was. Oh, right. Quit Sheik. Went Fox.
Mm-hmm. That changes the variables a
Yeah,
little.
2-1 Iori. Let's go with 2-1 Iori. You got a good. You make a great point.
Best of 3 favors Peach in terms of like stage picks as well.
It doesn't get FD anymore, but still gets Fountain.
Mm-hmm. And Peach could ban Stadium.
Yeah, but Yoshi's and
It's
FD
much
are.
better
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay,
better.
so yeah, you're right. Okay, so anyway, let's look at the other ones. Mech versus Polish's Fox.
Mech 2-0.
Mech 2-0. I agree. Some other ones.
Let's do some a little bit of projections. Oh, but first of all, Malachi, formerly known as Mog, neologism.
Oh, Mog Neologizer. Oh, that's actually pretty crazy. I don't know.
I'm gonna make a hot call. I'm gonna say
Neo.
I was gonna
2-1.
say Neo 2-1 because like
2-1.
he's actually secretly good at floating matchups.
Neo's actually kind of sick. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. But let's skip a little ahead.
Okay.
What if we got Bobby versus Grab?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
So that one's a tough one for me.
That one could go either way.
I'm gonna say 2-1 Bobby, because Grab is more of the Marth that strikes to me as the floaty Slayer kind of Marth, not necessarily the spacey killer. I have a feeling that he's gonna get stuck a lot, and Bobby, he's been improving versus Marth, but I'm not comfortable saying that.
What makes you say that?
I played him. Obviously I'm favored, but like I could see how he's like getting a little faster.
Doing new
Yeah.
stuff.
And,
Okay.
like, he beat Meds the last time they played.
Really?
Yeah,
When?
like a couple TMTs ago.
I'm giving it 2-0 Bobby. Everything you just said convinced me.
Whoa! I wouldn't be that confident.
2-0.
I wouldn't be that confident. One
Look, man,
down throw down tilt and his mental game crumbles. I don't know about that.
His mental game's been getting better. It's a slow and steady grind. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
What about if we skip ahead a little?
Ben versus B-Bats?
Ben.
Ben for sure.
Ben 2-0.
Ben 2-0. I agree.
What about Zamu Mech though? I think that's an interesting one.
Zamu Mech. If this is assuming Mech beats Polish's Fox. You never know. Polish is cracked. Zamu Mech should be Zamu 2-1.
Oh, I will give you something actually a little interesting. Iori Slug.
Oh, if Iori Peach versus Slug?
Mm-hmm. No wobbling. Slug is the best Ices.
That's a 90-10 matchup.
It's a bad matchup for Ices, I'll say that much. But Slug is really good.
Slug is a top 30 player, literally.
In friendlies, he's like top 20.
In friendlies, top 20.
Mm-hmm. And nobody's
And
been thinking about the Ices
Iori
matchup.
hasn't been playing the game as far as I understand it. Maybe he has been.
And who actually thinks about the Ices matchup nowadays? I don't. I don't need to.
So you're saying you favor the 10. You favor Slug still.
I'm gonna give it.
It's so hard to
I'm gonna
bet
give
on
it-
ICs against
I'm gonna-
Peach.
I'm gonna-
It's that hard. It's like, oh boy.
I'm gonna give it 2-1 Slug.
Iori's a smart player.
He is.
This is probably
Iori has a hard time checking in the bracket.
maybe this is the hardest matchup in bracket for Slug, right? Like, is there another Peach? Like, of course, other than like IBW or something. But you know what I mean? Like,
B-Bats
of that
Slog.
level.
B-Bats Law.
Oh, B-Bots would be pretty tough.
Yeah, it's like, is there another Peach? Yeah, there's Law. The
I'm
champion
gonna give Slug 2-1 just because I think like you're a top 30 player. You deserve some respect, right? Iori hasn't been playing.
But that they don't. The guy that's active isn't necessarily rewarded. I'll say that much.
The game doesn't change. Let me tell you something.
Matchup numbers don't change.
Ice climbers are still ice climbers, and Peach is still Peach, and we nerfed the heck out of ice climbers.
Peach, the Ices weren't winning against Peach even.
Anyway, yeah. I mean, they still lose very badly, but without wobbling, it's just like brutal.
Yeah. We are trying our best to find a match. It's just I think we're trying to get Iori the H12, but like Iori probably doesn't know how to use Smash.gg. So
You love to see it. It actually is a dope thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
I love seeing players come back. And this is why we're so excited. Again, it's very possible. We're talking about Iori all this time. It's very possible that the GOAT of Tennessee is just going to bomb out of the bracket because, like, we don't know how in practice Iori is. It's like, it's totally possible, and I wouldn't judge Iori for it. But it's also possible that it just knows too much about the game, has been around for too long, and goes on a run. I've seen both happen in my time. You know what's a player that we haven't seen in a long time that I would like to see? Zoso. What's Zoso up to?
I don't even know who that guy is. You gotta educate me a little, Blur. And all these Flight Quest
You know,
viewers.
it's disrespectful that you don't, because it's a Marth.
You know, since I'm a Mart aspiring to be the best, I only pay attention to like 3 Marts in my career. There's like PP, M2K, and Pew Pew, and I guess it's 8 when I first started.
Oh.
Those are like the 4 Marts. Oh, okay, 5th one. You, Blur.
Thank you.
You.
Thank you. I was getting sad there.
You.
Good.
And that was about it. And like, if you're like a tier below them, I did not care.
So you just don't, you wouldn't watch a Rishi match. You just
I would
click
watch
away.
Rishi.
You'd click away.
I would watch a Rishi on stream. I would not really like go out of my way to like look for VODs.
Yeah. I kind of felt that way with when Zane got really good. I just didn't watch anyone else because I was just like, man, it feels a lot worse. I feel like that's how a lot of Peaches felt when Armada started coming around.
Yeah, it's like, well, everyone else is such a huge
you
drop
learn,
off.
You learn less. But I think for entertainment value, I would still watch the others. Just
Oh
because
yeah,
I
if they are on stream, like if I see like, you know, the SoCal Mart boys go on stream, I'm like, whoa, let's go, Mitch!
Yeah. Who?
Exactly.